Hi everyone, Nurse Jordan here with your Wellness Wednesday update. I hope you all had a great April vacation and got some time to rest and recuperate. Maybe you got outside to enjoy some nice warm weather. I know a lot of us are trying to take advantage of that and get outside. So because of that, I decided to talk about ticks today and some tips and tricks that you can use to avoid getting ticks on you when you are outside. So there are thousands of different kinds of tick species. The most common are dog ticks and deer ticks, and the most concerning to us are deer ticks and black-legged ticks. And the reason being is because they can carry several different debilitating diseases, such as Lyme or anaplasmosis. So there's several ways that you can avoid being bit by a tick or having a tick on you when you're outside. One of those is wearing closed-toed shoes and making sure that you're covered with clothing as best as you can be. So doing things like tucking your pant legs into your socks or your shirt into your pants. Wear light colored clothing so that if you do have a tick on you, you can see it crawling on you. Try using a tick repellent such as bug spray with 20% DEET or greater, or oil of lemon eucalyptus or permethrin for your clothing. After being outside, it's super important to do a full body check, really thorough, checking behind the ears, in the hair, in the body folds, because ticks like to go where it's warm. And then take your clothing and wash it and have a bath or a shower just to make sure you're really thorough. You can also consult with your veterinarian to see what you can do to protect your pets, because that's another risk, is that your pets can bring them into your house and then they drop off and then they could attach to you, and they can also make your pet sick. So keep that in mind and consult with your vet. And then when you're outside, avoid areas with tall grass or a lot of leaf litter. So if you're hiking, try to stay in the center of the trails and not kind of wander off into the woods. So what do you do if you find a tick attached? So make a mental note of how long you think that tick has been there, or when the last time you were outside, just so you have a general idea. You're going to want to use a tick spoon or tweezers to remove the tick. You want to grab it firmly and pull steady and slow in an upward motion. Try not to twist or squeeze the tick. And don't use any petroleum jelly or a hot match or dish soap or any of the folk remedies that you may have heard, because that can increase the risk of infection. You then want to disinfect the site well and wash your hands with soap and water. And then take the tick and either flush it down the toilet or put it in a piece of tape and throw it away. If you'd like to, you can have the tick tested. And if you're going to do that, just put the tick in a plastic bag and then you can mail it to the University of Maine, where they have a tick lab, and they'll test it. It is, I think, $15 to have it done, and you can find that information online. So if you do have a tick bite, there are some symptoms that you should watch for. Fever, headache, fatigue, chills, kind of flu-like symptoms, or a rash are kind of the big ones. But if you have anything weird going on, or if you have any questions, I recommend that you consult your doctor. If you think you've been bit by a deer tick, you definitely want to consult your doctor if you have a rash develop, if you're unable to get all of the tick out, or like I said, if you experience any of those symptoms that I just mentioned. You want to seek emergency care if you have any difficulty breathing, if you experience paralysis or heart palpitations, or if you develop a severe headache. So those are some general tips and tricks to try to avoid getting ticks on you. The biggest thing that I want to drill into your heads is to just check. So when you come inside, just make sure you're doing a full body check on yourself or on your children, no matter how the length of time that they've been outdoors. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys are all doing well, and I'll talk to you next week.